ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We are reading from the book Sadhana Panchakam by Swami Dayananda Saraswati. It's a commentary on the Sadhana Panchakam, which is a set of 5 verses composed by Adi Shankaracharya, which are basically instructions for the spiritual seeker, for the sadhaka. There are 8 instructions per verse, so a total of 40 instructions. As always, we start with chanting the 5 verses and then resume from verse number 3, which is where we stop. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karma swanushtiyatam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matastyajyatam pabhaugah paridhuyatam bhavasukhe doshonusandiyatam आत्मेच्छाव्यवसीयतां निजगृहात् पूर्णो विनिर्गम्यताम् सङ्गस्सत्सु विधीयतां भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयतां शान्त्यादिः परिचीयतां दृढतरं कर्माशु सन्त्यज्यतां सद्विद्वानुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुका सेव्यतां ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यतां वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयतां दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यतां श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयतां ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यताम् अहरहर्गर्वः परित्यज्यतां देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यतां बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यतां क्षुद्व्याधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषघं भुज्यतां स्वाद्वानन्न तु याच्यतां विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यतां शीतोष्णादिविषह्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् एकान्ते सुखमास्यतां परतरे चेतः समाधीयतां पूर्णात्मा सुसमीक्ष्यतां जगदिदं तद्वाधितं दृश्यतां प्राक्कर्म प्रविलाप्यतां चितिबलान्नाप्युत्तरैश्लिष्यतां प्रारब्धं त्विह भुज्यताम् अथ परब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम्. Last time we were in the middle of starting verse 3. So we'll read verse 3 again, read the translation and continue. वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयतां दुस्तर्कात् सुविरम्यतां श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयतां ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यताम् अहरहर्गर्वः परित्यज्यतां देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यतां बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम्. And the translation: may you analyze the meaning of the sentences of Vedanta, staying with the vision it presents. May you completely refrain from wrong logic. May you remember follow and see the logic presented by Shruti, may you daily appreciate through contemplation the fact that I am indeed Brahman. May you not come under the sway of the ego. May you give up the notion that I am the body. May you completely cease from entering into arguments with wise people. Inquiring into Mahavakyas. When we do Vichara, what is it that we are inquiring into? What is the Vedanta Vakya, that which is stated by Vedanta? There are two types of Vedanta Vakya. This whole book can be called one Vakya. A whole book consisting of millions of sentences can be considered as one Vakya if the subject matter is one and the same. So if all sentences of the Shruti have only one Tatparya, one vision, then they gain the status of Eka Vakyata, being one Vakya, and that is the Mahavakya, like Tattvam Asi. Wherever there is a sentence that equates the Jiva with Ishvara, it is called Mahavakya. This is the first type of Vedanta Vakya. In order to support or unfold this Mahavakya, to make it stick in your mind, there are all other Vakyas called Avantara Vakyas, intermediary statements. These sentences are helpful in understanding I am Atma Brahma, this self is Parabrahmaiva, Jagat Karanam Brahma, Aham Idam Sarvam, all that is here is myself. Avantara Vakyas are also very important. So this is the Vakyas that describe Shrishti, creation. When the Shastra talks about creation, the purpose is not to establish creation. It is to reveal that the entire Jagat is non-separate from Brahman. Tattvamasi, that Brahman you are. The teaching of creation is there only to make you understand there is Sarvatma alone, only Atma. Therefore, the intent when presenting creation is not creation, rather non-creation. In fact, the vision is not even non-creation. It is Ekam Brahma, one non-dual Brahman. The Karya product is non-separate from the Karanam, cause. The cause is Satyam, real, and the product is Mithya, that which has only dependent existence, like pot and clay. It is to prove this point alone that we have Shrishti Vakyas, passages discussing creation. All of these Avantara Vakyas are useful to understand the main Vakya. The main equation is the Mahavakya. There is no better equation because all other equations are within creation. In this equation, it is said that you, the Jiva, are Ishvara. But how can that be? A doubt is possible. Wherever there is an equation, there is a necessity for it. The need is there because the fact is not obvious. Suppose a child is told 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. That is a fact and easy to understand. What if you say 4 plus 3 is equal to 9 minus 2? For a child, it is a very big thing to understand. This side looks different from the other side. One side is minus, the other is plus, and the numbers are all different. At that stage, it looks like a very big equation. Seemingly, both sides are different, but at the same time, there is identity. If there is no apparent difference, then there is no need for an equation. And wherever there is an equation, there is no difference. If there is no difference, why should there be an equation? The apparent difference alone necessitates an equation. Therefore, an equation does not exist except in your understanding. Perceptually, you are not going to see it since the apparent difference is there. The problem here is that the Jiva, a person who is limited in Jnanam, knowledge, Vyapakatvam, pervasiveness, and Shakti, power, is told, you are Ishvara. Ishvara is Sarva Vyapi, all pervasive, Sarvasya Karanam, the cause for everything, and also all-knowing, almighty, and so on. This is too big. You can swallow a lot of things, but this is too much. How can I say I'm Ishvara and still get away with it? It is not possible. So there is Vyaghatah, a seeming contradiction. The Jiva is Alpagnya, limited in knowledge, and Ishvara is Sarvagnya, limitless in knowledge. These two are poles apart. They are opposites. Where is the connection between them? But the Shruti says, you are Ishvara, Tattvamasi. Tat means that. That means Brahman, one without a second. That which is Satyam, the truth of everything that is here. How can I be that Satyam? I am a product. I have a horoscope. I am subject to the influences of planets and so on. To say that I am Ishvara is too much for me to accept. Analyzing the Vakyas. Therefore, the author says, Vakyarthascha vicharyatham. Vakyarthascha vicharyatham. May you analyze the meaning of the Vakyas. In the sentence Tattvamasi, there is Samadhadikaranyam. Samadhadikaranyam. So there is a footnote here for the term, a technical term, Samadhadikaranyam, which actually comes from grammar. Bhinna pravritti nimittanam samana vibhaktikanam ekamasmin vishaye tatparyam samanadhikaranyam. Samanadhikaranya occurs when two words agree in their grammatical case, or also called vibhakti, and refer to the same object. So, when the Shruti says, so in the sentence Tattvamasi, there is Samanadhikaranyam, apposition between the words Tvam and Tat. Tvam means you, Tat means he, the Lord Ishvara, you are that Ishvara. It is a sentence revealing identity. Both of the words in the sentence have only one adhikarana, referent. When the Shruti says Tattvamasi, there is what we call Bhinna Pravritti. Bhinna Pravritti, a difference in meaning. It says that you are that Ishvara. Ishvara and you are one and the same. Thus, whatever is revealed by the sentence, that object is revealed like this. The word Tvam, you, is predicated as Tat, that, and so on. And so a difference in meaning is there. And Samana Vibhakti, the same grammatical case, namely nominative singular, Prathama Vibhakti, is also there. But both the words have got a common object to reveal, like the phrase Nilo Ghataha, blue pot. There we have Padayoho Samanadhikaranam, words that are Padayoho Samanadhikaranam, Karanya, words that are in opposition. Equating Jiva and Ishvara. The word Tvam means Jiva, the doer and enjoyer, which is you. Who is that you? When I say you, I do not mean Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, limitless Brahman. I mean the person who comes to me to learn. That is the person to whom I am talking. In this case, you means the person who is sitting here. That person, that ahankara ego, listen to me, is the one who looks upon himself as or herself as a doer and enjoyer, as happy or unhappy, a listener, a thinker, etc. That is quote unquote you, whatever that quote unquote you is. Thus, there are many yous. Any you can be told you are Ishvara, whether the ego is big, whether the ego is big or small, whether it is Lord Imtara himself or a local somebody. You can even say Tattvamasi to a mosquito. The mosquito does not need to hear it in this lifetime because it does not have an eye sense. It does not have the problem of samsara, like thinking, I am happy, I am unhappy, and so on. No teaching is necessary for a mosquito. The teaching is for the one who says, I am bound, I am limited. The one who is always struggling, trying to prove him or herself to be somebody. This person, the Jiva, is equated to Ishvara. Who is the Ishvara? He is Paroksha, remote. Who is this Jiva? He or she is Apariksha, Aparoksha, self-evident. Looking at the difference, it seems that before you go to a teacher's and learn Vedanta, you are Aparoksha Atma, known directly to yourself as someone who is sometimes happy and sometimes unhappy. You are a doer and an enjoyer. all this is known to you. Then you go to teacher and he says, you are Paroksha Ishvara. So Aparoksha Jiva becomes Paroksha Ishvara. What was self-evident becomes remote. This means you are a remote Ishvara. You are not here now and anymore. Unless either Ishvara is Ishvara Brahma Yujaswal or Aparoksha Jiva is Ishvara. If Aparoksha Jiva is Ishvara, then Ishvara becomes a mere Jiva. In other words, you simply have another name. You thought you were only Mr. So-and-so, now you are told you are Ishvara. So just one more name change and you are still 5.9 tall. But the Shruti does not say that. It has already described Ishvara as Jagat Karanam, the cause of the world. Only one non-dual Satyam was there before the creation. This entire Jagat was Satyam. Here again there is apposition. Upanishad says this Jagat was Satyam before. So footnote here, this is a reference to the Chandogya Upanishad mantra 6.2.1. Sadeva saumyed damagra asideka mevad vidviyatam. Sadeva saumyed damagra asideka mevad vidviyatam. By knowing that, therefore, when Shastra says, by knowing that everything becomes known, it is the original, here again the Upanishad says the Jagat was Satyam before. This means the cause of the world is Satyam, and from Satyam alone the creation has come. The Satyam means Ishvara, there is no doubt. Ishvara is that Satyam, and that Satyam is Ishvara. Shastra makes it very clear. Next section, reality is one. Therefore, when Shastra says, by knowing that everything becomes known, so this is both in the Chandogya Upanishad and the Munduka Upanishad, Yena Vijnanena Sarvam Vijnanam Bhavati. Yena Vijnanena Sarvam Vijnatan Bhavati. By knowing that everything becomes known, it is the original Pratigna statement. In Chandogya Upanishad, in the 6th chapter, young Shvetaketu comes home after 12 years of study, and his father Udalaka asks him, did you ask your teacher for that knowledge, gaining which everything is as well known? Shvetaketu says, I don't think my teacher knew that. Then Shvetaketu himself asks this question, is there such a knowledge? And teacher teaches him, yes, there is such a knowledge, gaining which everything there is well known. Anything born of K will be known to you once you know what K is. So this is from the Chandogya Upanishad, mantra 6.1.4. Yatha somyaikena mritipandena sarvam mrityumayam vijnatam syat. Everything else is but word and meaning. Clay alone is the truth. So the footnote here, this is from the Chandogya Upanishad. Vacharambhanam vikaro nama dheyam mritti ketveva kvetyeya vasatyatam. So vacharambhanam vikaro nama dhyeyam mritti ketyeva satyam. Only mrittika, clay, is satyam, existent. Everything else is nama rupa, word and meaning. Let them differ. Nama and rupa, name and form, imply function. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.